You know what? The audio was out. That's my bad. Hey, I just did all of that for nothing. Let's try this again. I just welcomed all of y'all here, and y'all didn't hear me. So I'm working on a new game. It's called The Silencer. Just seeing how it worked, and hey, that's the update for the show. We got a new game. It's called the Silence Game, and it's where I fuck up and don't hit the button like I'm supposed to. Anyways, let's go back into this. Hero Down Under, welcome back into the partner program. Toolman, J1, El Nini, Josh Ayers. The Gaming Grindhouse is in the chat. He is also on the show tonight. And RPG88, what is up, dude? The Last of Us Part 1 in PS Plus tomorrow. Dude, didn't I? I think I played that game already. No, I'm just kidding. That is pretty cool. The audio was out because I'm a dipstick. PlayStation will pay for all of this. Yeah, I know, right? Maybe Thrifty pulled that new "This Is War" song out of that out. Thank God. Huh? No, listen, Josh likes that song. Y'all be quiet, okay? And it's free through Streamlabs. So y'all, listen. People want to charge money for me to play their music or take away whatever money I make from the video. So I use the free shit. All right. So some of the stuff y'all missed. I already welcomed, or said not welcomed. I already thanked Hero for his return back into the Sleeve Monkey pool. That is why we have one of 5 Sleeve Monkeys. 5 is my goal every week. That keeps the channel hitting its goal. That keeps the channel growing. And so, yeah. Got that on there. Guys, hit that like button, subscribe. Please share this out. J1, you mentioned becoming a member later on down the road. I really appreciate that. But, man, hitting that like button, subscribing, commenting on the video on demand after the stream helps out a ton. If Wara was in the chat, he would be saying that as well. Hey, I only took off 1 week. Yeah, but it still goes to the number, so I appreciate you coming back in. Keeps the channel channeling. That's right, Josh, it does. So, I have some announcements to make tonight. And if y'all would indulge me just for a second, we will get into the gaming topics. The guest will come on. He would have been on a whole lot sooner, but I messed up my sound. So, we're just going to talk real quick. I'm going to be changing the format of the playground just a bit. One of the things that has happened over the last several weeks is I've had several guests on with varying opinions. We had Morgan on. She had her own spin on things. She was very vocal about certain things. Really brought some good energy in from that side of it. Then we had David Faulkner on. Falky. We had him here, and his was very mellow, very calm, very just straight to the point. Here's what we're talking about. It was really fun and engaging, and really enjoyed that. I feel like whenever we're talking, he kind of wraps everybody in, and I feel like everybody's listening really intently when he's talking. So love having him on. And then we had Creative Kofi on for our spoiler cast, and we had him on one of the shows. And y'all just talked about how much you loved hearing him, loved hearing his voice, and all of that, and his opinions, and the JRPG scene, and the Japanese stuff, and he brought in this other element. And back in the day, I used to have folks like JRPG on. Innate and RPG88. And every single one of those folks has a totally different opinion. RPG88 plays Call of Duty. He plays those type of games. We've had Henry on before. Henry plays, he plays the Destinies. He plays the multiplayers. If it's multiplayer, he's there to at least give it a shout out and try it out. And so we've had a ton of different opinions on here. And I kind of broke away from that. So that's on me. I did that. And I was thinking about it, and the reason why I did that is because it was super easy to have one guest on, the same guest every week, week in and week out. Well, what had happened is the show started becoming a little bit predictable, at least in my eyes. I knew things that I could say to set Will up. Will knew things that he could say to set me up. And it almost felt like I was borderlining on the gimmicky side of it. On the, it's the whole playing a role thing that I can't stand. It drives me nuts. And when you have to play devil's advocate because your opinion aligns with somebody so much, that to me can start to feel disingenuous. And so I wanted to have a ton of people on here, and I wanted them on, but I don't want to have a 4 hour show. Like, and every time we've had more than one guest on, it takes 3+ hours. I don't want that. But I also don't want to have to cover just 2 topics a night. Which, if y'all remember, when we had a couple of those guests on, we literally got to 2 topics and didn't get to a single thing else. And so, the thrifty character, exactly. Yeah, the thrifty character, that's funny. And so, what I have decided to do, not literally, this has nothing to do with anything other than what I've already mentioned. What I've decided to do is I am going to go down to just one guest a week. And that one guest is going to be more than likely several of the people who we've had on in the past. And some of them are going to be like recurring monthly guests. Like, I still plan on having Will on every third Wednesday of the month. And if there's a fifth Wednesday, he's going to come on for that. I'm not trying to like 86 him from the channel or anything. I'm not trying to do that at all. As a matter of fact, his link, as well as other friends of the playground, people who are coming on the show, links to all of their channels are in the description below, including Jez, who is here tonight. And so, not trying to do that at all. I know the community enjoys his opinions. We all love his rants. And it's going to be nice to get those, and it's going to feel special when we get them in that one slot. Or it's going to feel special when, oh, hey, it's just Falky on tonight. Or, oh, hey, it's Jez and Thrifty tonight. Oh, we have a guy from BGR come on, base game reviews, Wara or Forna or somebody like that. Like, it's going to make it to where it doesn't seem like we hear the same opinion over and over. Here's the deal. If I could just do the show and shut up and have two other people on here, I might do that once a month. Like, hey, I'm just going to ask the questions and y'all talk. Like, but the reality is this is my show. This is the playground. I am the playground. Thrifty is the playground. Jez is the grindhouse. And so, like, it'd be kind of weird if we didn't kind of headline our own show. So, because of that, the way I've decided to do it is to have one guest on every week. It's going to let us hit more topics. I don't like being pigeonholed into 1 or 2 topics a night. I like variety. And so, because of that, that's how we're moving forward. And as a matter of fact, I'll just start off by saying, like I said, there's no ill will to anybody. But I don't. It takes 3 hours with the both of you with 15 topics. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but if we only have 4 topics, it'll take 2 hours. Anyways, RPG88, you said, I don't like it, but I understand. It will take some getting used to for sure. The spice of life. That's right, guys. But like tonight we have Jez from the Gaming Grindhouse coming on with us. We're going to be discussing the state of play. We're going to be discussing Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're going to be discussing, Ghost 2. For some reason, the name just left me. I have no idea why. And we're going to be doing, like I said, the recap. And then Stellar Blade is getting sued. And so we're gonna look at that because Shift Up has a lawsuit against him now. Pal World has a lawsuit. Oh, and Pal World came to the PS5. It's $30 right now. You can literally go buy it. And so, always go full Ubisoft. Ghost of Yotai. Thank you. I don't know why I forgot it. Literally, it's in one of the freaking tabs that I have open. All right. With that being said, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, become a member of the playground, and with that, let's bring in the partner program so y'all can see who makes the show. These guys right here rock my stinking face off. They are fantastic. They are wonderful. You will see them in the chat. You will see them in the Discord. The link to the Discord is foobarred right now, so I'm going to get that fixed, but We will have a Discord link by the end of the show, and join that Discord. It's super fun. We're talking about gaming all day long, and we will have a great time with it. Now, we all know why you came here. It wasn't to see me. And so let's go ahead and get this going. Bear with me just a second. All right, let's bring him in. All right. Y'all hear the mouse clicking. I know y'all do. Y'all are laughing at me like Thrifty doesn't even know how to work a PC. Hell no, I don't. What is up, Jez? How are you, dude? Sorry for the delay.
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man. Well, the audio button eluded me for the first 5 minutes, so I had to re-say everything I said over again.
Oh,
So,
damn.
but
Computers.
computers, man. Well, that was more user error. I can't really blame the computer for that one. I was the one that muted my mic, not it. It was my fault. It was not its fault. So, dude, what, like, man, I would ask you what you've been playing right now, but like, you've been, what are you playing right now?
Warhammer. Space
Warhammer.
Marine
That's
2.
what I
I'm near
thought.
the end of it.
You're near
Yeah,
the end
man.
now. Have you co-opted at all?
No, I haven't. I've just been just going through it. Yeah, it is like insane, man. It is just so mindless of just like just blowing up everything. Like I don't even know what the hell's going on in the story. Like it's just crazy. Just destroying, just ripping things apart. Like it's just so much fun. So yeah, I done a little bit of multiplayer, but no co-op though. I haven't done co-op in it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it'll be all right with co-op. Like you kind of play co-op with the AI in it, so like it really, it would be just another person to have some mindless like fighting. Because you are fighting like the similar enemies. They do try to mix it up with some boss fights and mini bosses and things like that, but you're pretty much doing the same kind of interactions just over and over again, holding down areas, clearing out enemy spots and stuff like that. But it's just the sheer amount of enemies on the screen and the stuff that's going on is just so like cinematic and just chaotic that is enjoyable.
So every time I see a trailer of it, it feels to me a lot like the old Bulletstorm game meets like Outriders where you still have like special powers and stuff. Is that kind of
Yeah,
yeah, sort of
no, it's
no?
not really Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm was more of like the tethering and throwing and kind of creating highlights in the way of like, the manipulating physics of the environment. This is not like that. This is like an arcade version of an arcade and amped up version of Gears of War, basically with melee. The fact that you get like melee, a whole melee combat and stuff like that, which Gears really never had. Like you have basically use the right bumper and you just start hacking away at people, and then you could parry things. So your bumpers are basically your melees, and then your triggers are your guns. And then you do have an ability, but they're most likely they're power ups, and they're not things that you could control. One's like a hype one where you get extra power. The other one's a jetpack where you could kind of do ground pounds and hover and things like that. But you only get them at certain parts of the game. So it's not really anything that it does have that element of a special move, but otherwise it's not something that you have all the time. And but in the multiplayer, they do have other ones where it is sort of like that type of I would say type of a little bit of Overwatch type stuff where you kind of have your classes, you have your kind of your power up, like your special class power up and things like that, and you just kind of take over spaces and things like that. So a little much like an Overwatch type of gameplay in the versus modes, and then there's the campaign, and then there's co-op missions, and the campaign co-op as well.
Okay. And so everybody who's played it, and let me rephrase that. Everybody who I know who actually plays video games and plays it says that it's great. Says that it's an
Hmm?
awesome time, says that it's everything that you said, it kind of gives that feeling of it's just a fun game. It's just a great
Yes,
time.
complete fun game. Yeah,
A complete fun game.
yes.
Okay, man. Okay,
Yeah, because
so
it has multiplayer. It has like your versus multiplayer. It has a full campaign with co-op in it, and then it has horde type co-op missions that you unlock as you go through the campaign. That kind of a side that are basically like side stories.
Satya Holslate Nadella said
Yeah, there he is.
Jez has the
Grinder.
voice of a guy who enjoys Olive Garden but tells people he doesn't.
What? Fuck Olive Garden. I hate Olive
Yeah,
Garden. Olive Garden's
exactly. That's what he's
ass.
saying. He's talking about your accent.
Oh my god, that's the no way. Olive Garden is horrible. That's not Italian food. Fucking grape
Did
wine.
I?
They have
Oh,
that friggin'
crud.
like grape soda.
I spelt something wrong. Thanks, Josh. My bad. I didn't
Oh
mean to
shit.
do that.
But yeah, no, man, it's really is it's fun. It's really good, and yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Like it does have like a whole like a an area where you have a command center where you could kind of bounce around to the different modes. There's other like skins and things that you could like add to your character and stuff like that. But I'm just been going through the game, but it's just been the missions are just insane. Like the stuff that you're doing is just constantly just it just doesn't end. Like you just keep fighting waves of enemies. Like here they come and they just coming over the mountain. It's just crazy how much stuff is going on and on the screen at one time. And it looks great too. So and I'm not a Warhammer person. I never played any. I only played like some of them just to kind of try them out, but I never like got into them at all. But this one's pretty good and it's not, So I wouldn't know how it's related to Warhammer anyway. So I don't know the lore of it, but it's a good game. Yeah, it's definitely a complete game. It doesn't have that, like that multiplayer type thing. It's one of those old school games where it works and it has complete feature rich and all in one thing. And they're going to be adding more stuff to it too, just for free. They're going
Just
to
for
be
free,
adding like
just because.
they have like this model where they're going to be adding extra kind of planets of just for for co-op, and then they're going to be adding new I think they're going to be adding new character like new abilities and things like that. So they're going to just keep adding things to it, which is pretty
Real
cool.
quick, a little bit of breaking news for people, not breaking news, but 9 hours ago.
Breaking.
So I've been waiting for this all day. The Metaphor ReFantasio prologue demo is available now for us in the US. So y'all can go download that. It released this morning or yesterday, late last night or early this morning for Japan. Then I think some folks in Australia got it. And now it's over here finally. So I know JP Loco was in the Discord talking about it, and I was like, dude, I can't get it yet. And he goes, yeah, I got it with my Asian login. I was like, you freaking suck. Like, but no, so yeah, go check that out. That's actually
Yeah,
pretty much
that and
Nelson.
Astrobot have been playing too, and Astrobot.
Gears of War meets Days Gone on cocaine. That's from Nelson Gaming Culture.
That's
That's
about right.
that's perfect.
That's about right. Yeah, because it is that kind of like craziness going on. But just the particle effects and just the explosions and all the stuff that's going on is just insane.
That's
It
awesome.
is
So
pretty wild.
we do have one little bit of news. We're gonna start with the Assassin's Creed Shadow delay first
Yeah.
because I'm really kind of happy that Jez is on here because remember how I said at the beginning, well, y'all didn't hear this, or maybe y'all did. I can't remember which one I didn't say and did say because y'all couldn't hear me the first time. So basically, I said that there's nothing negative for Xbox in the news right now, and Jez, you're my dude because all I had to do was go to X and type in because I was looking for the message from Ubisoft, like the actual typed out like letterhead message from
Yeah.
Ubisoft, and every article online just like referenced it but didn't actually link the damn thing to their
Hey,
article.
that's the media for you.
So I was like, what the hell? So I went to X, which is the worst place to get your news from. But anyways, so I type in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and lo and behold, the third one down from the top, inside the search bar was the gaming grindhouse with this little monkey that looks like it's on life support, not having a good day. And so I'm like, man, what's wrong? And then I see Shinobi 602 post February 2025, and it's this list of just freaking every single person gets a game in February of 2025. I'm just going to point that out. It doesn't matter what kind of gaming you like, you have a game for you in February of 2025. It's insane. And so what he said here, let's just pull it up because why the hell not? Here we go. Okay, so well, ta-da! Oh yeah, I forgot I had it like that. Here, let me take this stuff off. Y'all can actually see everything. Hang on. We'll get there from here. I know how to do this. Jez showed me once.
No, what?
All right, let me move this, and that should. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this right here was, and Avowed was delayed by Xbox to give it space to breathe from games coming this holiday. So Assassin's Creed Shadow got delayed until February of 2025. And so now you have Avowed, Civilization 7, which, by the way, for my job, I go into a lot of people's houses. And I guarantee you there are more people that I go to with Civilization games in their collection than places I go to that have Final Fantasy in their collection. It's
Oh
absolutely
wow.
effing insane how many like casuals there are. And it'll be the only game. They'll be like, yeah, man, my son just like geeks out on that thing, or dude, I have like this whole thing that I've built, and like they get so excited about that shit. So like that crowd is insane. Like that's why I've always wondered how they can keep releasing like Civilization 6, 7, whatever. Holy crap, there's so many of them. And there was a dude that I went into his house today that had like the old bubble pack like PC games, and they were two separate Civilization expansions. They weren't even numbered. It just said like Civilization and like Sahara or something like that. Like it was nuts. And so like you have Civilization, you got Monster Hunter Wilds, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza
Thrifty, you
in
said that wrong.
Hawaii.
It's Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come.
Pause. Kingdom Come.
That's right. And so,
You emphasize the come.
most of the time, pause.
Yeah.
Lord help. This is not safe for children.
You're right. So it's Deliverance, Kingdom Come, Deliverance. It's
Uh-huh.
it's Civ. It's friggin' what is the other one?
Monster
Assassin's
Hunter
Creed,
Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds, and a little old game at a juicy 30 frames in Avowed.
It's gonna
And
get
that is all.
trampled.
Yo, that is what we know now. Like we're not even ready for February stuff. Like there may be more games coming because they got, December, we got Jeff Keighley's show. There might be stuff coming in January and March. That is like the new holiday, that February, March timeline. That's when for Horizon came out. That's when what is it? Final Fantasy came out.
Hmm.
So like Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. So like you're
Yeah.
looking, and Avowed was the only one in February because it got delayed like 2 months ago into that area. But now one of the things I want to point out, and I'm going to talk more about this on my Friday show, but one of the things I point out, each of those games are huge ass games. Assassin's Creed, Monster Hunter, Open World, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Open World RPG. Like these are huge time consuming games, and little old Avowed is sitting at there, which is the same size as Outer Worlds, by the way. Um, that's sitting right there. It is going to get smothered from already what's available right now. That's why the game has to stand on its own. There's no room for breathing or any shit like that. Microsoft was stupid. They would have been better dropping that thing now in October or November than next to Janky Jones. It stood a better chance next to Janky Jones. But
Oh,
now they
dude,
put it
it
in
really did.
February.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you could have put it next to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you could have put that in. Nobody, it doesn't really compete
No,
with Janky Jones. Like
no,
it's basically
no.
Avowed. Now you got Avowed as an RPG, a RPG light because it's not as large as it's the same size as Outer Worlds. It's not a huge open world. It's connecting areas. It's the size of Outer Worlds. It's not going to be this huge long game, but you're now surrounding it by these time consuming beasts, and Assassin's Creed of all of them. Dude, what luck does Microsoft have by putting Avowed in February? And of all years, Yves Guillemot takes Assassin's Creed and says we are stepping out of the holiday season when Yves throws everything and Just Dance in a goddamn panda suit in the holiday season window. Man, I remember when the PlayStation launched, he threw like what was that the game that Greek game? They put Assassin's Creed Vikings Valhalla in there. They had a game every week in the when the PS5 launched. Like that, Ubisoft put like 3 games out in 1 week. It was crazy. They had like one right after the other, and they say Assassin's Creed out of the holiday and puts it smack dab in February. When the hell's the last time we got Assassin's Creed in February? Microsoft's luck. They're the Eddie Mush of
Somebody put
gaming.
on the comments, February is the new November.
It is. Microsoft, what luck they have, man. Like Avowed moved to February and so did the rest of the industry. And it's like and they moved it for room to give it breathing room. Oh
Listen,
shit.
I just need Aloy to never be released in the first 4 months of a year ever again.
Dude,
That's
get
all
that
that
thing.
needs to
You
happen.
got you got to resuscitate Avowed before it even comes out.
Man, speaking of resuscitating franchises, uh, Assassin's Creed
Phoenix
Shadows
Rising,
is
that's
is
what it
why we
was.
got all the way over here. And so Assassin's Creed Shadows is how we got to this point. So here's the message, here's the PR speak, here's everything, and I'm going to give my take, and then I'm going to ask for Jez.
All
So
right.
it says, "Dear players, this is from X. This is from their actual page, or their actual profile on X, their actual account." It says, "Dear players, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a dream project for us, finally bringing the series to feudal Japan with many features developed with our community in mind, such as parkour from the renewed stealth brought by new technology, all set in a beautiful and immersive world." That sounds amazing. "This is an ambitious addition to the franchise, a rich experience that can be lived through the eyes of two unique protagonists, but we realize we need more time to polish and refine the experience, pushing further some of our key features, like making sure the game runs. As such, we've made the decision to postpone the release date to February 14th, 2025. The game will release on a broad range of platforms, including Steam, at launch. Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded for all future.
That's the first too.
Yeah, I know, right? And this is pretty cool. All future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion free. We understand that this decision will come as disappointing news, especially to those who have been waiting patiently for an Assassin's Creed game inspired by feudal Japan, but we sincerely believe that this is the best interest of the game and ultimately your experience as a player. Rest assured, we are looking forward to the moment you will embark on a memorable adventure with Noe or Yasuke. Until then, we thank you for your ongoing support. Assassin's Creed Shadows and the team." Great. Sucker Punch said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that. Like, oh man, Yves was probably crying in a pillow after you saw that state of
Yeah.
play.
So, so there's a couple things in here that I want to point out real quick. And honestly, if I put my little console warrior hat on, I can read something into this that I don't necessarily believe is there, but I might bring it up just for shits and giggles because this is the playground and, well, it's an easy shot to make. Um, and you only miss the shots you don't take. A basketball coach taught me that right before he cut me from the team. As such, we made the decision to postpone the release date to February 14th, 2025. The game will release on a broad range of platforms. Now, Thrifty PSGR, breaking news: Star Wars Outlaws Lando Carlson story DLC gets November release date of the 8th. Really? Isn't that convenient? Refunding pre-orders makes me think it will be delayed longer. Oh yeah. Huh. Yeah, probably.
Are they refunding pre-orders or they're
Yes,
saying
sir.
people with pre-orders
Nope.
get the DLC?
No, sir. Additionally, pre-orders will be refunded, and all future pre-orders will be granted the first expansion for free. In other words, if you pre-order the game next time, you're getting the first expansion for free. Basically, trying to entice you to come back to them. But
Oh, that's a problem.
uh
I
huh.
agree. That's a
So
problem. What the hell are you refunding pre-orders for on a delayed
uh
game? That
huh.
don't sound like it. That sounds like that February is sort of another one of those
Yeah.
343 targets.
Yeah, it's gonna be May or June of next year. It's gonna be summer of next year before we see this shit.
They're in
So,
deep. They're in. Anyway, yeah, get it, Dorothy. I'll let you
no, you're fine. You're
talk.
fine. So if I was a console warring PlayStation channel, okay, if let's just assume, if I was a console warring PlayStation channel, I would point out that it's very odd that they have to reassure people that a game that's never been exclusive and has always been everywhere is releasing on a broad range of platforms. If I was a console warrior, if I was a PlayStation pony, I would point out that it's very interesting because most of your developers are having a tough time getting shit to work on the Series S. Maybe that's what's caused the delay. If I was a console warrior, if I would say it's the Series S potato that's holding back production of the game, and they don't want to do a staggered release like many other companies have had to do. That's just,
Mm.
just if I had to put my hat on, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, including Steam, exactly. Like, including Steam. Yeah, that is somebody. So it's either that or it's somebody who's trying to make this shit 3 paragraphs long and needed a filler sentence and was like, I can just throw this shit in there. It's releasing on all platforms. Yeah, no shit, dude. Including Steam. Duh. Like, okay, so hang on. Pre-order at GameStop. My pre-order's at GameStop. Play that character. I'll pre-order Lego Horizon Adventures then. Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think they were releasing it on Steam day one. I think Steam was coming later.
Oh, so maybe they
That's
are
why
bumping it up.
because
That's
I saw
cool.
people, and I don't know. I just saw people
That's fine. I'm done
saying
playing
that.
that role. I don't think they're
I
actually
just
having a
saw
problem with
that.
the S.
I saw people were excited, like this may be the first time like Assassin's Creed launches on Steam. It doesn't launch in the Ubisoft thing; it's launching on Steam directly. Actually, something like that. Like it's you don't have to go get it from Ubisoft and bring it over or something like that. I think it just goes right on Steam. Something I saw something announcing like that. I don't remember if I
Oh,
saved
to
it
where
or
you
not.
won't need their launcher anymore.
What?
Like, is that? Sorry, I was botting a little bit. Is that like to where you won't need their launcher anymore?
Yeah, you won't need to get it from their Ubisoft store and link it to Steam.
I bet you'll still
Now it's
need a
actually
Ubisoft
in
account.
Steam. You probably still need an Ubisoft account, but you don't have to get it from their launcher. Now, like
That's
how
cool.
EA used to make you go over to their launcher to launch their games, Ubisoft had their own stuff, and then they tied it into Steam. Um, I think now it's the first time that's actually just buy it in Steam. You don't need to deal with going to a Ubisoft launcher. You don't think I think you don't need their launcher now.
That's really cool. If that's the case, that's pretty dang cool.
Well, that's where I saw some people saying that like this is the first time ever it's actually going to be in Steam itself
That
and
okay?
not.
That's actually pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick. Um,
yeah, well, that's what they're all doing now because nobody wants to deal with like people just want it all in one spot, so they're just all bending the knee to Steam. But I'm gonna take you one thing, Durfy, putting on a console, putting on some
putting on
sort
the
of
console warrior hat. See,
foil hat. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think it's to put on that PS5 Mark Cerny Pro polish that they probably
oh,
need. That's what I think it is because I think they could use that extra power to make the Assassin's Creed version run better than probably what it was. Because if you remember that show, that frame rate was definitely fighting for its life on
what if
some of the
PlayStation
on.
opened their mouth before AC Shadows was like was
I
like
think they need the
ready?
extra time to get that pro version, the pro enhancements in there, and they probably want to launch it not like this, and then the pro don't have an enhancement on it. People don't buy it focus for their pro, and instead what they'll do is they'll put it out in February when the pro is out, and they could say, hey, it's launching now with all the modes that we wanted to do, the pro modes and stuff like that, rather than staggering it because it was coming out right next to when the pro was releasing, and I don't think they
I
had
don't
it
think they were
ready.
ready.
They were ready for it,
That
and
actually makes a lot of
use
sense.
Gilmore. So I think it's to get that pro polish on there because I think they would because yeah, I think developers want their games to they want to show their games in the best light. That's why usually when they demo games, they show them on PC where the game is there. They could kind of tailor everything up. They don't show it running on an S or something like that. So like if you're gonna want your game to be like to run the best for the PlayStation customers, which is primarily your console, you gotta like of all the consoles, like the PlayStation is gonna be the one that's gonna carry Assassin's Creed, not the goddamn Xbox. Like as with any third party game, console wise, that's where I think, hey, why would you release it on the console that's probably going to sell the most version of your game versus an Xbox and not have that pro one ready? Because I could see that game launching and it not having a pro mode and running kind of like stuttery on the pro because it doesn't have a pro mode and it not getting the reception that it needed. And if you remember, Star Wars had a lot of performance issues, a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs, a lot of issues. And they probably could use the extra time, plus make sure that the pro modes are ready to go so the game runs better. on that. So they can't be like, hey, on consoles it's stuttering like crazy. It's like, oh, it's stuttering like crazy, but if you have a pro, it's running pretty smooth. And we're gonna see more of that. You know that moving forward. In the next couple of years and stuff, we're gonna see more games that they're gonna perform better with that extra power, like we did last generation.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see games like, hey, yeah, they run on the Xbox S, they run on the PlayStation 5, but their modes are just not up to par. They're dropping frames. But if you look at the Pro's keeping at a 60 frames, and you're gonna get that more consistency as these games get more complex, and as we get later into the generation. It just naturally happens, and then we want a next gen console. So,
So
but I think it's to put the Pro stuff on there. But and also I think they got hit in the nuts with Star Wars.
I think they
I
got
think
hit real bad. Yeah.
I did. I was hyped up. Talk about a game that I was so hyped up for last year when they showed it in that Ubisoft downgrade then, and it got Ubisoft downgraded to hell. And I didn't even buy it. Like I went from, oh my God, this is gonna be my game of the for the rest of the year. I'm gonna get it. I'm just gonna play open world Star Wars, and I can't believe how bad it looked and how bad it ran, and I didn't even buy it. I was like, holy crap, I'm skipping over this game. This game was like, it's horrible. It's nothing like what they showed. It completely got the Ubisoft downgrade.
RPG said Xbox, hold the line. PS, F your line. Oh, that's good. Outsider Gaming
Xbox
Night.
tripped over the line.
It's a joke for Thrifty.
Uh,
Warawana
yeah.
said, Thrifty next week. If I was gay, I would have a grinder account and be too busy to finish Astrobot yet. If.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah,
Hey.
but like what you're saying with the S, like I wouldn't be surprised too. Like if maybe the S version wasn't ready and they would have had a staggered release it. I don't know. Like maybe they avoided that thing and just saying, hey, we could put Pro Polish on, get the S version going. Yeah, because it did have looked like it had some performance things when you looked at like when the game was shown. Like, but the problem I'm gonna say, and then here's the other aspect of it. Ghost of Yokai, Yotai, I think
Bro,
Yokai Watch.
I've
Somebody
been
put that in my tweet.
Ghost 2.
Yotai, Ghost 2.
Ghost 2.
Dude, good luck. Assassin's Creed, yeah, you picked the wrong year to do that thing because you are going to be compared inside and out to Ghost 2, and you're going to lose. And you're going to be the bootleg Ghost. It's going to be Ghost of Bootleg. And now, like, my excitement for that Assassin's Creed, which looked really interesting, I think this year would have been great. It would have been a nice kind of like, hey, let's get that kind of ease into this area, and then now Ghost 2 is going to show us how it's really done. This is just kind of a warm-up plate. But the fact that it's going to be coming out next year, and if Ghost is anywhere in, like, it's slated for next year, good luck, Yves Guillemot. Like, I can't see it going past February because if it gets close to where Ghost comes out, this thing is, don't even release it because it will be compared like crazy, and Ghost is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be smooth, and your game is going to be janky as hell. And you could say, oh yeah, you put in like you have assassinations, but it's not enough. So like this thing gets to stay far away from Ghosts, and the fact that they're both coming out next year, that's a problem for Ubisoft. They got to get that thing out in February and do not delay it.
Yeah, you gotta be. Well, here's the problem. You better freaking hope to Jesus that the
Not in
February.
the first half.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Ghosts not the
Like,
first half of next year.
you can't. Like, if you catch wind that Ghost is releasing anywhere near this, I'd say a month before or a month after, you got to just say, listen, I'm out.
Yeah,
Fuck it. We're not. Like,
I agree, man. You're out. Like you can't be like it. Yeah, I'm hoping they better hope that Ghost is not like May or April
because
or anything like that.
here's the deal. Ghost of Tsushima, or sorry, Ghost of Yotai is going to fuck some shit up. I am so freaking excited about. Okay, so anyway, guys,
But
that's
that's
the
what
thing.
happens when you freaking copy shit. That's the problem. Like they saw Ghost of Tsushima and then they're like, "Oh, let's make an Assassin's Creed look like Ghost of Tsushima." It's like you dope. You do something
You
different.
dope.
Like that's the
Well,
problem that you
and
have.
we've
Like when you
always
make
been
a
wanting to
game,
go to Japan. Like we've like in
well,
Assassin's Creed,
Ghost answered. They
yes,
missed the boat.
yes,
They
that's what I was
missed
gonna
it.
say. We've all
Ghost
wanted to go
did
to
it.
Japan, and Ghost was like, all right, Cool.
All right, we and now Ubisoft just said, "Yep," and that's not where we're going. Let's go to Canada. That's where they should have went. They should have went, let's go to Canada. Hell, I thought that they
You're
should have took
hunting
Assassin's
moose
Creed.
and caribou. Go up to Canada.
Dude, they
Let's
should
make
have
this
took
shit
Assassin's
happen.
Creed to the Caribbean. That's where they should have went, to the Caribbean.
Oh, like yeah, because they've already done the pirate theme before, and
You
then you
did
could just
pirates, but
keep
not
doing it.
pirates. Just
Didn't they do that in Skull and
Caribbean,
Bones?
man.
Isn't that what they did in
Yeah,
Skull and Bones?
yeah. Do Assassin's Creed Caribbean, Assassin's Creed Antarctica. Do it that you got to get the hell away from Japan because that's been taken over. And now the fact that you made bootleg Japan, it's all like I don't. And you got what a heavy guy, a heavy samurai guy, and then you have the one that plays like Assassin's Creed. Like I don't
Yes.
know, man.
Yeah, so one of the guys in the chat, let me step back right over here. Sorry, I walk around when I get happy and excited. So J1 said Ghost of Yotai wins. RPG88 said I think May. Hero Down Under said Ghost will likely be March or April. And so here's the deal. I
So
think
gameplay,
right,
yeah.
we've already seen gameplay, and I fully believe that they like that April slot for their first party games. If I'm not mistaken, GTA 7 and Horizon both got released in April. They what did they do in April this year? January was Helldivers. February was Final Fantasy. March was I think there was another big game, but I think March or April is going to be that slot. I agree with Hero. And if it's March and Assassin's Creed releases in February, I don't give a damn if it's the first week in February
People are waiting. They're not buying
right.
Assassin's Creed.
I'm not gonna spend $100 or $70 on Assassin's Creed when I'm about to blow whatever the hell they want me to on Ghost of Yotai. Like
No
I
way.
don't care. And so I think they were right to move it. I think here's the deal. I am
They
an
need to come out early January.
I'm an old school Ubisoft fan. Like Far Cry 3, literally one of the best FPS games I've ever played.
Oh yeah, but it's
I,
been downhill since then with Far Cry.
well, sure. Assassin's Creed Origins was the last one I enjoyed, and I have over 40 hours in both uh, Odyssey and Valhalla. I actually have about 70 hours in Valhalla, and I hated both of them. The stories were flat, the characters sucked, there was nothing
Yep.
connecting you to the real world, and it was just over bloated bullshit. And I absolutely can't stand it. I know there's people in the chat who absolutely love it. RPG88 and I have sat on Discord voice chats talking about how much he loves this game. And so I get it. There are people who love them. I can't stand the new ones outside of Origins. And this map is supposed to be about the same size as Origins. This is supposed to take you back to kind of that kind of feel. So if it takes another 4 months for them to release the game in the state that they want it to be released in a feature complete, in something that we don't normally see from AAA games anymore that aren't from PlayStation Studios, like I'm okay waiting. So I think it could be a good thing. I want the Assassin's Creed franchise to be good. I love it. I've always loved it up until they took it and did Odyssey, because I think Odyssey was just awful. Immortal Phoenix Rising was a better game than Odyssey with the same plot. So, made by the
Mhm.
same company too. And so, like, anyways, I won't get on that soapbox. But we've talked about Ghost of Tsushima. God dang, we've talked about Ghost of Utah a few times already. Let's go ahead and just get into our thoughts on that, and then we can talk about some other things. Oh, I have that zoomed in still for y'all.
Yeah, I'm. The thing about yeah, just like the release of it, it is definitely on a warning track of where it's gonna be. Just yeah, where Ghost comes out. But I agree. Like I think the other thing too. I just want I we'll talk about Yotai, but like one of the things I want to say about Yotai is that I think one of the things that they announced was that this is going to be like a ghost of type. They're going to have like a show and things like that, and it could almost be like an anthology type thing. It's not. It's and obviously it's not a continuation, but I see them putting this out earlier in the year because they think about what they did with the first Ghost. They added multiplayer to it. Like I could see them kind of adding on to this game and having it come out sooner with like, maybe a DLC announced at the end of the year or something like expansion coming like that. So like I think this comes out sooner in the year than because of like how they treated other Ghost this franchise before. That's just my speculation on it. I think that this may
Oh,
come out
dude,
early, and we
I've
still
had
gameplay.
myself muted. Oh my god.
Oh my,
I I
it's
was
it's
like
been a sound nightmare for you.
I was like, dude, he's not like he's not hearing me. Like I'm did something happen and I realized the freaking red dot on my mic is on. Like an idiot.
Oh goodness
God
gracious.
bless. But yes, I fully agree. Like I if they do it early in the year, it's it's gonna be awesome. But the other thing was is they said they had. Let's go back to what Herman said. There are no
Haven't
tentpole releases this
there are no
this fiscal year.
sequels? There are no sequels to their big franchises this fiscal year.
What the fuck do they think this is?
This is a sequel, so this is not coming out in the fiscal year. So it's probably going to come out sometime after
April.
March.
April.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll come out after March.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
that's that's yeah. So good luck Assassin's Creed coming out in February. So if it comes out in April, like Assassin's Creed, yeah, they'll get their initial take of like hey, get the bootleg version of Ghosts before the real version. But yeah, it's gonna be that. And the unfortunate thing is in this world of comparing games, like people compare things if they release on the same day and they're not even related to each other. It's like Overwatch versus goddamn Assassin's Creed. Oh, they came out the same day, they're versus each other. Makes no sense. But just because they release in the same window, people are comparing them like what's gonna be the biggest game. Now these games are going to be compared to, so like they would have been better releasing it now thing out of the whole like year of Ghost because they're going to be compared to it, and now like it makes it even harder. Like someone and just like a Vow too, like that got delayed. We mentioned that would have been better coming out at the end of this year than putting it in February with all these other games. Like it's just sometimes the delays really could put them in a bind. Like yeah, maybe they need extra time, but that new window, it's not good sometimes. It could be more of a problem. Look at Janky Jones getting delayed to December. It's going to miss the Game Awards. They're probably going to show a commercial at the Game Awards for Janky Jones, and that's about all the advertising it's going to get. It's not going to be any award categories because it missed it, and nobody's going to remember Janky Jones after December,
No, it's gonna have a short life cycle.
unless when it comes out on PlayStation as a pro mode. I don't know,
Hmm.
but that's about it.
No,
But
I think it's gonna have a super super short life cycle. But
yeah,
let's go ahead and watch this real quick. I don't know how to send this over to Discord, so Jez, I do apologize, but I'm gonna
I'll
go
see
ahead
it on
and
here.
okay, you're watching the stream. Cool, cool. I know y'all can hear that. Now we have to be able to see it. Oh, Cosmic Hero member for 1 month. What's up, sleeve monkeys? Hey, Thrifty, check the Discord
Yo,
link in chat. I see why people are not liking the new protagonist. I'm just the messenger, by the way. Lord help, is it because she's female? Hang on. Hang on. Let me vet this thing before I actually turn it on and see what's going on. Okay, so the message link in the Discord. Clips and highlights. That's not it. Which one did you put it under, dude? Message link in the Discord. New protagonist. I'm just the messenger. Check the Discord link in the chat. What freaking Discord link are you talking about, my guy? There is nothing. Ubisoft is wrong. I may just have to keep going because I don't see what the heck you're talking about. I ain't got a clue. I roll tweets. Oh, hang on. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I actually. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to cover that right now. Hang on. So let's just watch the trailer real quick. Here we go. Sorry, we're gonna go back to regular scheduled programming. I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna share that or not. Here we go. Real quick, guys, that is huge. They did not come out with just some bullshit trailer. They finally listened, you know, at least according to what they say on here. Mix of gameplay and in-game cinematics captured on PS5.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north to disappear. But you are hunting. And now, every Ronin here is after you. Still think you're the hunter?
It's fucking sick. All right, so that's the trailer. I am freaking excited. Okay? I I'm going to look into what was just shared to me in the Discord, and maybe we'll discuss that on another show. Cosmic, I do not think you interrupted the show. I'm appreciative that you sent stuff like that to me. But I want to do a little bit of research on that, and I want to have some more information come out before I dive right into that nightmare slash trap. And so I am excited. I think building this up as a anthology of sorts, as a I think Jez had mentioned that word earlier, but as like a kind of like they do with the Assassin's Creed, like it's all a different story under the Assassin's Creed banner. We go through different points in uh, the history of the Orient, and we look and we find different areas that we can play in, that we can be a part of, different stories that they can tell, and kind of different lands and different areas that have their ghosts that come up. And so, oh, Cosmic, it's absolutely probably not made up at all. I'm just not diving into it right now. Uh, but yeah, so I fully am ready for this game to come out. I have wanted another Ghost title for a long time. I love the original Ghost of Tsushima. I think it's one of the best games ever created. Uh, yeah, it's damn near my favorite game ever. I absolutely love it from start to finish. The graphics are gorgeous, the wind mechanics, the way everything works. It looks like they've doubled down on all that shit in this. And the folks who are like, "Oh, this game looks bad." Shut up. Like, be quiet. You don't get to talk anymore. You play on a toaster. Be quiet. Like, you just shut up. Like, y'all were, people in the chat were talking about how it looks so great, and that's through YouTube compression with an image that's being sent at like 9 something p. And I think I don't send it at full 1080 because of last time I had a stream, uh, or 2 times ago, it like ended the stream abruptly. So I was like, oh, maybe if I drop the bit rate and do some other shit. So y'all are seeing this at below 1080p, and not to mention YouTube compression on top of that. So, guys, my picture was hella better than yours. I was watching on my screen and I was like, this looks good. And I looked over after Hero had said, I can't believe that that's base PS5 graphics. And I looked over and I was like, damn, I can't believe that actually looks good to y'all. Cool. So, like, I am excited. There are people who shall remain nameless who I'm starting to believe live in basements and look for any reason to be pissed off at video games. And I don't necessarily like those people anymore. And so I think you can tell really beautiful, intriguing, great stories, whether the character has sex with goats or has sex with normal people. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, if the story is good, I don't care. It's the reason why I liked Last of Us Part 1. Everybody knew she was gay in Last of Us Part 1. Everybody knew. Well, that didn't get shared until the lost story. Shut up. Everybody knew. But it was a great story, so nobody gave a shit. That's what's going to happen here. You know why? Because we're not dealing with some bullshit third-party Western dev that has no idea what the hell they're doing. We're dealing with fucking Sucker Punch here, guys. Like, this isn't their first time making a game. So I'm telling you, this has the potential to be my game of the year next year. And I'm calling it now. Now, Thrifty, now you cannot have an opinion because you play on a toaster. That's very true. Given our conversation yesterday, that's really funny. But you can't have opinion on graphics because you play on a toaster. Let me say that different. So, uh, Jez, what do you think, man? Are you hyped about this game? Are you pissed off that they switched? Are you excited because we at PlayStation kind of get our own like franchise that's not tied to just one character? I think that part is huge for PlayStation. But what do you think, man?
Yeah, I agree. I like that they're going into a different, a different story, because that means it could be a different, like, different area of Japan. Like, it doesn't have to be all in type of Jin's world. Jin did have a whole like expansion as well. It went to a different island and all that other stuff. The fact that now you're going to be playing something else, like, it did look like also too that she had some abilities with the animals. They alluded to it, like, running with all the horses. I thought that was incredible. And also too, like, the wolf that was coming after her, and then they stopped, and then the wind blew. Like, I don't know if she has the ability to manipulate animals or things like that, but there's gonna be cool things um with abilities, like, and I think by introducing a new story and a new character, you're open now to kind of adding whatever you want. It doesn't have to stay inside Jin's world with his kind of skill set and the state moves that he has, and just get some new moves. Like, it actually could kind of open this up, and being Ghost of keeps it open to, they could kind of make it anything, like you said, like the Assassin's Creed Monica. They can make this kind of anything that they want with Ghost of. It doesn't have to be those characters, and that means it's unique stories. You don't have to play through the first one to experience it. They own their own items. So, like, it worked for Assassin's Creed all these years. And I could see, they could maybe allude to something from Jin from the past. Like I think this is what 300 years later, or is that what it is? It's not in the same time frame.
No, it's
I'm not
300 years
sure.
later, and so I do have an article real quick. So here's one thing I hate about PlayStation, and they do it all the freaking time, and it's annoying. The state of play is nothing. They degrade their state of play by doing it this way. They'll release a trailer for something like Ghost of Yotai, and like people are freaking like, "Oh man, what is this? Oh dude, what is that? Like, what are we doing here? This is gonna be great. This is gonna be." But where is it set? Why is that a chick? Like we were looking, and I was under a house fixing somebody's AC, but like I was looking and I was watching my Discord and like flipping back and forth between the video and my Discord, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Because I saw somebody like I was checking something, I was verifying that something was working now, and I did it, and I looked over, saw my phone, and I saw somebody in the chat go, "Dog, she has boobs. That's definitely a chick." And I was like, "Wait, what? That's not Jin?" Wait, so I like rewound it real quick and looked, and I was like, "Oh, that's a chick." Like, so like you have questions at that point, and they don't do a good job of explaining. And so we have to wait for PlayStation Blog to come out and give a little 2 paragraph synopsis of all the questions we ask. And so in that synopsis, they actually explain that it's 300 years after the events of Tsushima. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, in the chat. Yeah, yeah. I think that yeah, the fact that it's everybody. I said on my show earlier, like everybody's just trying to look for that one thing that they could start a riot or rally up against, and do this stuff. Like it is what it is. Doesn't even bring matter on that thing. It's a new character, new abilities, new gameplay elements that could be introduced because we're not having to be tied to the same character and his abilities. And then old new story, new characters. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't really care. It was interesting that it wasn't Jin and Ghost of Tsushima 2, but it's something different. And then they said that they wanted to kind of make it a Ghost of, and like I said, like it opens the options as franchise. Like it could be good, and one bad thing could be like, hey, is that what gonna Sucker Punch is gonna be now? Just the Ghost of kind of, and they said they always wanted to kind of integrate this other media into it, and now they're gonna make, who knows, comic shows or whatever like that, expansions and things like that they want to do. So, it seems like the thing nowadays now is to kind of get these other items, like create this kind of world of lore that you could just kind of just do TV shows, movies, books, all the stuff on there, and they think they got something with this, and that's it. I'm not. It really didn't matter to me. The game looked good. I'm excited. I said that this was the rollout carpet. Like finally, they're breaking the walls down of their first party to show what games will be coming from their first party. This is kind of the opening of their second wave of games. So hopefully now this starts the ball rolling, and they're not afraid to show all their other stuff that should be coming as well. But this is the first one.
And it's a hell of a first one to come out with. Like, to be honest,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
this, if this is the bar, that's awesome. Like, if what I'm saying is like if this is the first thing coming out, you gotta think that the stuff that Santa Monica's working on, the 2 things that they're working on,
Hmm.
the stuff that Naughty Dog's working on, you gotta think that that stuff has to be like lights above this, right? Not
Yeah.
light years, but like has to be above this in
And I've
quality.
seen people create, like, say, like, oh, it looks more like the first one.